We are having our Science Olympiad, which is an annual event that the kids love to come and see and participate in hands-on.
You want to run a test? Here comes the marble.
I think it gives kids a hands-on experience of what science is really like.
So those are all the things that we can be looking at when we go over there, okay?
Like, they love it. They bring in real-life experiments, and real-life scientists come and explain it to them and get involved. They solve crimes. They find out about weather and electricity. It's awesome.
There's a coyote hiding behind a tree. Jumped out, tried to catch the mouse, but the mouse got away. I was asleep though. How do I know that?
The 3 parent coordinators that do it, they run everything, and they start planning in September, and they'll start planning, I'm sure, tomorrow for next year. But we couldn't do it without them, and you know what? I think the kids are so excited because the parents instill that in them, so we couldn't do it without the community.
And they're very small
I should be good at this.
And it likes.
I think I can't think of the name. I can't think of the name.
What do you think he does with this?
Beaver. Dog. Beaver. Dog. Beaver.
All very good guys. You have to come to a consensus.
Welcome to the 4th annual Edison School Science Olympiad.
When an animal eats plants, there might be plant material in it.
This year, over 200 children and 100 parent and teacher volunteers have gathered on a Wednesday night to make science fun.
Well, the kids are going to rotate between 4 different stations and learn about some natural history of animals both in Illinois and some further away. So they're going to learn about how different clues that animals leave can help them learn about those animals. So you can see the clues that you can learn from by looking at an animal. They're going to learn about poop, which is always a favorite, and being able to identify the different animals based on that. They're going to look at some skulls, and by looking at the different teeth, tell what that animal eats. They're going to look at the tracks that animals leave and see if they can get some clues about the animals from that. And our last one was again looking at skulls and some footprints. Parents have a flow chart. You guys see that flow chart? And I'm going to give each of the parents a skull. We've asked that the kids don't hold them, that the parents do. And by working through that flow chart to determine what the skull is. You know, I'm a former science teacher, and now I'm an educator at the zoo, and mine is getting their hands on things. The only way that they're really going to learn to learn science is to do science. So that's what they're going to do here, is they're going to use observation and discover things about animals that maybe they didn't know before. Okay, it doesn't have a lot of teeth here and 2 sharp teeth here, yeah.
And there's our tornado. It was there all the time. And we can prove to them that it's not because of the fan that's rotating, right? It's because of Coriolis, the fancy name for the way the wind flows into a tornado, how the wind gets drawn in there and how it wraps around. And we can start to begin to understand how far back from the tornado do we have to be so that we don't get sucked up by the tornado. In Mother Nature, tornadoes are probably the strongest force. Hurricanes or others. But we wanted to demonstrate the power of weather, just the force of something you can't see, something as simple as wind. So if we pinch this off, oh, no rotation, even though the fan's going. So it's not due to the fan.
A hurricane has more rotation.
Yeah. The best way to solve a scientific problem is to make sure that you're not biased with some expectation of what it should be. You have to just take the facts and let them take where the outcome's going to take you. And so kids do it the best.
See how it's like foggy? Okay, now watch. See how it's clear? See how you can see through now? Now watch. Here, it's going to get foggy. See?
Science is really important because most kids don't know that they can get a career in science until they're well into high school. Science is fun. And I think what we want to tell them is that people get paid to do science. So it's just an introduction to science.
Here, Cassidy, can you get it?
You might break the bottle.
Is it right there? You guys see it, don't you?
Yeah.
You see it? It's pretty neat looking. Maybe they need a new camera.
Each of you has your own tribe, and that's your team. And what you're going to do today is you're going to do 3 challenges. Did anyone do any research before they came here today? If you did, you'll You'll be glad. If you didn't, you'll still have fun. Don't worry, I promise. What they're doing is doing different science stations, and it's a survivor theme. So their teams are specific tribes, and they're competing against each other at 3 different challenge stations where they're learning about the sun and doing a sun experiment.
You guys ready here?
Yeah.
Girls, I should say. Sorry. Okay, real gentle.
Yeah, I see the red.
Now what do you think?
Yeah, I
Sun's
see the
back
red.
out? Okay, now remember this experiment when you answer your first question. Now I want you to answer these questions about the sun. And I want you to get the first one right. Everybody's getting the first one wrong.
Over here they're actually fishing, and they're catching fish, and on the fish are questions that they're answering.
What's the answer?
No, it's not that. There is an abundance of hills surrounding the water.
And then over here they're using catapults, and they're figuring out trajectory and launching coconuts at the pirate ships.
Okay, let's try it.
And that becomes kinetic energy. And kinetic is in motion.
I love the way they work as a team, first of all. Some of these questions are being asked are really, really hard, but as a team, they're actually working together, and one may know the answer to one question and one will know the answer to the other question. As a team, they're getting a lot of these questions right, and it's so fun to see them get excited when they figure it out. And this has been fun to watch, too. When they actually hit the pirate ship, they scream and are so excited. So it's just been really fun.
Yeah! Does that count? Because it bounce? Coconuts can't bounce.
Coconuts can't bounce.
It's my turn. Ready? Come on, we're gonna go this.
Okay, watch out for heads.
Watch
Good.
out for heads, Cheryl. Ready? Set.
What's happening in here?
Yes.
Well, we're turning these little kids into future engineers, I hope, right? But basically they're learning a little bit about circuits and learning a little bit about how you can use some very foreign kinds of things to create something that's very simple and fun to play with.
This one here.
No, man. No, it's the last
There you go.
one.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Now that matches 13. This thing here is a 4-bit counter. It can count from 0 to 15 by using these lights. If they're all lit, you get 15. If they're all off, you get 0.
Well, just move some dumb wires. I'm doing the number one circuit.
Look back. Do it. Show them how you do a number 1.
This is Chinese. No, I don't know how.
All right, you want to run a test?
Sure.
Here comes the marble. You ready? Here's a trial run. Here it comes.
Got it?
They are given tubes and tape and scissors and cups and marbles, and they're creating roller coasters.
Hurry up.
Let me see how
Out
it
for the
works.
camera.
And the group that has the longest one with the most drops, the most loops, they get points for each added feature, and whoever has the most points at the end wins that particular round.
Did it work?
Here we go. Make sure that this is actually going to go and stay in the cup. If it comes out, then it's only 10 points. If it stays in the cup, it's 50 points. You can put your hand there just to stop it from coming out. Off you go.
telling the other group this is magnetic powder. That's why we can pick it up when we're all done. It doesn't make quite as bad a mess. You can take that with you. Okay.
Wait, can I have a paper towel?
All right.
Take the stick your
There you
finger
go.
on a piece of paper.
The Science Crime Busters lab, and the children come on in and they get to look at different clues and try to identify who is the thief in the classroom. And the police detectives get to show them various evidence collection techniques. They do fingerprinting, they do footprint examination, close fiber collection, and the kids have to solve the crime.
Put your fingers on. Go ahead. Okay. Just go across very gently.
Can I go next? I want to go next. I want to get yours already.
We learned how to spot the fingerprints and stuff. It's a way to like find who stole something or what happened, like a crime or something.
Okay, and what other clues can you look for when you're looking for a crime? Raise your hand so I can. This young lady, tell me what other
You can
clues.
look for footsteps
And what else?
and fingerprints.
And this young lady right there.
You can look for hair pieces or fiber or sewing stuff on the ground. It's fun doing it because then afterwards you can find out who did it.
You get to find clues on the ground and it's really fun.
Go with your group and find a table.
Okay, where are we gonna go? Rock stars. Where we going? Over here? Stars or here? Here, Becca. Everybody? Okay.
You guys have little booklets on your tables. Put your names on the front. You're here to be wormologists. Geologists study rocks. Wormologists study worms. You guys know the name of our planet? Yes, sir.
Earth.
The planet Earth. And guess what? There is only one creature on the entire planet that's been given the name of our planet. What is it?
Earthworm.
Earthworms. Isn't that amazing? There's one creature on the whole planet that shares the name. It's a pretty important animal. 14 years I've had worms in my kitchen.
And why?
Because they're so important on the planet. Any creature that's been here 1.2 billion years
Of course.
helps make us soil. Illinois is an agriculture state, and we need healthy, good soil. And these are creatures. They're the best decomposers. They're the best recyclers we've got. And then we're going to do some tests.
Right, so we're going to see if the worms like the light or the dark better, if they like wet places or dry places, things like that.
And we're going to look at worm eggs. And a lot of people do not know that worms have eggs.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And we get so excited to show people worm eggs because it's so important.
Look at this. It's moving. It's wiggling. Look at this. It's a real. Of course it's real. What is it doing? Now, where do you think his head is? And where do you think his tail is? Yeah. What does it feel like?
Feels fine.
Draw a picture. Draw a picture of your earthworm. Measure your head up. Measure your earthworm. How long is it? Who's going to straighten him out?
I will.
Good job.
He's doing.
All right, measure it, Manny. Start at 1.
He's scared.
Start at 1. This is over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7.
Whoa!
Really fast.
Maybe about 6 inches, you think?
5.
See up to the
5? What do you think? What do you think?
Look how tiny he is now. They get longer, they expand, and they contract. It's really hard to measure. Plus they
Put him on the
wiggle.
ruler.
Very gently.
Okay, so we're gonna say 5 or 6. What are we gonna say?
Was he soft? He was very soft.
How long was it? How many inches
inches was it?
It's 7 inches.
Okay, write it down in your little.
Very careful when you. There you go.
No more. Write down. How many inches? Okay, next. Which of these does your earthworm seem to have? Do you see the ears?
Not very much.
I don't see ears. How about eyes? Do you see the earthworm's eyes?
He has eyes.
How do you think he knows where he's going then?
He has eyes.
This one's called the Pasta Bridge, where the challenge was for the kids and their parents to make a bridge with pasta.
It's got to be strong. Okay. What do you think? Want to put some more clay in there?
See how strong it is? They were able to use pasta and clay.
What is this for? Is this for cool or for strength?
Strength. Strength. Wait.
And then they had to test the bridge with how strong it was. So they first tested it with meatballs, see how many could last until the bridge fell over. And then they used pennies as pepperonis to test that too.
So who's got some clay? Okay, why don't we try and put these as close as we can together, right? And if we put them closer together, wait, let's use the small pieces, Katie. Okay?
There you go, guys. All right.
Too much on that part. I'm trying to get my hands on.
Okay, so let's do another one. All right, let's get some more. Let's get some more pasta in here. Okay.
You put one, then we'll put the next one. Put it. All right. There's one. All right, Willie, go get.
Yes. No, we got to put the pepperoni on the plate. We need it. Oh, there you go.
So we don't get meatballs on the pepperonis?
Okay, be careful. Put it like right over here. We'll balance it a little better here. All right. There we go. There's two. All right. Be careful. Nice. Nice. All right, one more.
Oh, looks like garbage is gonna.
Maybe put it. There you go. Right there. Yeah, 4.
Look at that, we get 6.
Watch it.
I'm afraid.
On the scientific method in here. So we're doing prediction and hypothesis.
Wow.
And then we're testing our hypothesis by blowing our balloons, our puffmobiles down the track.
Angela, do your race. What are you guys doing? Push it down. Push it down, Angie. Wow! Now you do yours, Madison. All the way. Good job.
Quiet! Okay, did you guys predict which puffmobile would go the fastest?
Yeah.
Were you right?
One.
Were you right? Yeah? Did you use what you learned from when we did the objects? Did that help you? Yes? No? Okay, I have ribbons to pass out for everybody who participated tonight because you guys are all scientists.
I think one of the reasons it's so important to do at the elementary level, and specifically the way we do it for Fun Night, is that it brings another side to science that kids that age usually don't get to see. I think when you're older, you might experience mentors, you might experience more hands-on, you might experience professionals, but when you're little, you don't necessarily run into scientists in your everyday life. So to bring someone from the Argonne National Laboratory to come in and show kids a tornado in a box, something like that sticks with them and they will talk about it for months. So I think it's really wonderful to get that experience out of the Fun Night. It's just fantastic.